Hello students, very good morning to all of you. Welcome you all in second year BCom. Students, this lecture is based on the summary that what you have learned in live lecture. So let us begin with the lecture. As first, in that lecture we have discussed first the basic modules that we have in semester 3 that regarding our subject. Now the module 1 that is related with introduction to company, module 2 company secretary services, module 3 that is related with company documentation and formation, and module 4 that is related with secretarial correspondence. So let us start with the today first module, that is introduction to company. Now here are the contents of the module that we are going to discuss in first module, that is related with introduction of company. So first topic that we are going to discuss, introduction to company, features, types as per the Companies Act 2013. Second chapter, company secretary, that is the basic qualities, qualification, appointment, resignation and removal procedure, and third that the role of company secretary. So let us begin with the first chapter, that introduction. So let us discuss here the basic concept of joint stock company. Now a joint stock company means that a company which is formed by a group of persons or a voluntary association of persons formed for the purpose of undertaking the business. Clear? Now the fund that required by the company are contributed by its member, that members called as the shareholders of the company. Shareholders are the owners of the company. As practically you know very well that about two important types of company, that is private company and public company. So as the shareholders are the owner of the company because they contribute the capital in the company, but the company managed by the directors, board of directors, who are representative of the shareholders. Clear? So here are the main points that is related with the joint stock company. Now first is what? It is the voluntary association, a person who generally what? Contribute the capital, that capital required for running of the business or for the purchase of the property. As you know that for starting any business, that other than the company, कोई भी proprietary business होने दो या partnership business होने दो या कोई internal business करना है, तो for that the basic requirement is the capital. So the such capital which is the basic requirement of every business is contributed by such person. Now the person they come together for carry on particular type of business which is established by the law. Now that total capital which is contributed by these persons are called as the share capital of the company, and it is divided into the small part of the small units, that unit known as the share. Means each and every member have the share in the share capital of the company. So the every member that contributed capital in the company are called as the shareholders. Clear? Now in India, the registration of every company must compulsory under the Companies Act 2013. So here are the, in India every joint stock company is registered under the Companies Act 2013. Now so here are the basic definition that related with the joint stock company. Now the first most important definition, that is as per the Companies Act 2013. A company incorporated under this act or under any previous company law. Means a company known as the joint stock company, जो company registered हुई है अभी के act में as per the Companies Act 2013 या previously कोई जो company का law है उसके under में registered हुई है और known as the company. Now, according to the Professor H.L. Henne, the joint stock company is an artificial person created by law having a separate entity with perpetual succession and common seal. All these factors, that is artificial person created by law, having a separate entity with the perpetual succession and common seal, that we are going to further with the features of the main joint stock company. Now, according to the Professor H.L. Hennis definition, a company is artificial person because it is created by law, as in it is a non-living thing because it is a created by law, having a separate legal entity. उनको एक separate legal entity मिलता है that separate the from that member and management, with perpetual succession, long life, and a common seal, that is in form of the signature identity of the company, that common seal, that logo of the company. So let us discuss another topic, that is the features of a joint stock company. Now here the first is an incorporated association. As we have already discussed the basic concept of joint stock company, in that we have discussed the last point, that registration of any company compulsory in India under the Companies Act 2013. So because of that, the company being an incorporated association and get that legal, separate legal existence. Clear? So here is the same, registration is compulsory and get a separate legal existence. Artificial legal person, being as we have discussed that the company is registered under the Companies Act 2013, so it is being an artificial person because it is created by law, but the operation that performs of the company is managed by the directors. They are the representative of the shareholders. Then perpetual succession and independent existence. As the company is artificial person created by law, so the death or the insolvency is not affect on the company, as in case of the proprietorship or in case of the partnership. Here the company's life is long life, perpetual succession. So company's existence is independent of the member, and company will continue even after death or insolvency or incapacity of any member. Now next one is the common seal. Okay. As we have discussed previous features, that the company being an artificial person, so because of that company cannot sign any paper like us. So for that the company allotted a common seal by the law, and that common seal is very important, so it is kept in the confidential under the proper authorized person. Every paper is invalid without such common seal, and it is just work as the logo of company. As the company is recognized artificial person, so cannot sign, so it has a common seal with its name engraved on it. It is logo of the organization. Now next is the limited liability. This is related with the members. As we have discussed that the each and every member has contribute only up to the share amount in the capital of the company. उनका जितना share होगा उतना ही उनको contribute करना है. So for example, if I am a member of the company and I have to pay 10,000 to the company as in my share in the company's capital, and up to right I have only pay, मैंने अभी तक सिर्फ I have paid only 8,000. The balance 2,000 is my liability. So I have liable to pay company only 2,000. So further I am not liable any further debt और company के ऊपर कोई liability है उसके लिए नहीं. मेरा liability company के लिए कितना रहेगा? सिर्फ 2,000. So the liability of the member is limited to the extent of the capital contributed by them. Shareholders cannot call to meet company debt out of his personal property. Now the next feature of the company, that is separation of ownership from management. Now as we know that the maximum limit in public company regarding the shareholders are unlimited. It means that the shareholders in the company are large, and this is not only up to that, but any can be a member of the company. That means from any country a person can purchase the share of the company. So because of that, the members are spread all over the country, and because of that they cannot take part in day-to-day business activities of the company. So in order to run the business of the company in smooth manner, they elect their representative who call the directors, and directors manage the day-to-day activities of the companies and framing the important policy. So because of that, the ownership are separate from the management. Clear? Now next is easy transferability of the shares. Now previously, as the for the transfer of share or the sale of shares, the member of company or the shareholder of the company follow the lengthy procedure as provided in the article of association of the company. But now, because of the all shares are converted into the electronic form through the demat account, so it is easy to transfer of the shares, means through the purchase and sale. It is easy कि हम लोग कंपनी के शेयर परचेस कर सकते हैं और सेल भी कर सकते हैं through the demat account. Thus the shares are the freely transferable. Shareholder can easily withdraw his membership and sell his shares. Now next, can company own property? Yes. Company being an independent existence and an artificial person, but the company can have the property on its own name, and the such property are the company's property, not its members. Means the property of company is not the property of its member, it is totally the company's assets. As we know that at the winding up of the company, जब कंपनी के ऊपर लाइबिलिटी होती है, कंपनी के ऊपर डेप्थ होता है, तो कंपनी के सब असेट्स को सेल आउट किया जाता है और उसमें से कंपनी के सब लाइबिलिटीज और डेप्थ को पे ऑफ किया जाता है. So all the properties and assets of the company, not its members. Now next one is the government regulation and control. As the company is registered under the Companies Act 2013, and as we know that the public company are collect the capital from the public, so being protect the interests of the shareholders, company framing time to time the regulations and control over the company's business. So it is to protect the interests of the shareholders and avoid the misuse of the money of the shareholders, and to maintain the transparency and good governance of the company's business. Now next is the huge membership and mobilization of the resources. A joint stock company enjoy the large membership. In private company, minimum that is the 2 members and maximum they have the 200, whereas in public company minimum 7 and there is a no maximum limit, means बहुत members unlimited membership हो सकती है. A company can collect the large amount of capital through the shares of or the debentures, and that the huge capital possible because of the large membership. So companies 2013, as per the provisions of 2013, private companies that maximum membership यहाँ पे mention किया है 200 और public है तो unlimited है. तो because of that the public company has a huge membership, and it is a mobilized investment, means easily transferable. company के shares हम लोग purchase कर सकते हैं and sell कर सकते हैं. So it is a mobilization investments of the industrial or service sector. Clear? So here the main important topic, that is the features of the company, is completed. Now we are continue with the next lecture with next topic.